Welcome to Durbania. I'm Durbin.
I'm Daniel.
And you remember Daniel. He did Independence Day, and that was a really fun time way back in the summer. So if you haven't seen it, hit that little card there and you can go check that out. We're in a car. We're not in the studio. We're doing something different. What are we doing, Daniel?
Well, we are going to go see Pets, or not Pets, sorry. That was another movie that,
Yes.
that was released a while ago. We are going to go see Sing at a pre-screening at Universal Studios today.
Yes! And that is super exciting. We're going to be on the city walk. We're going to go see Sing before it opens. I'm super excited. So
yeah, it's going to be a good time.
yes. All right. So let's hit it. Here we are on City Walk for our spoiler-free review for Sing that we just got an early preview of, which was just, that was just so awesome.
It was great.
It
was a lot of fun.
Awesome we're on City Walk.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's kind of normal anymore, but yeah.
So, you know, I got to be honest with you as we get going here. I think of 2016, of all the offerings Hollywood has given us, I think the animated movies are the ones that are going to take the cake this year.
You know, I agree with you. The animation studios have really been able to knock it out of the park this year.
Yeah.
And it's been phenomenal. It's been a great year for animation.
Yeah, it really has. So let's just start with you. Like, what are you, like, walking out of the theater, what are your initial thoughts?
So my initial thoughts coming out of the theater, we actually got to see a great movie, which I thought was fantastic. We were talking on our way out, and I said that it feels like the stories are familiar, that the stories are stories we've heard before, that but then realistically there are no new stories.
Right.
It's just a different way to package a story so that it feels new to us.
Yeah.
And I think that actually is where this shined. This is where this was a great piece of filmmaking, is that it really did just give us a story that's familiar, and it's going to feel a little familiar, but it really just gave it in a great package.
I agree with that, yeah.
And another thing we talked about was the multiple story arcs, where right out the gate your exposition establishes everybody very, very well. And again, spoiler free, so we're not giving anything away here.
Yeah, no.
But the exposition establishes all of your characters, and none of them stands out as a main character. There's the one who's going to be your narrator and carry you through the story.
Yeah.
But that's about it. That's really all you get.
Which was really interesting to me because I don't know, when I was watching the trailers, I kind of felt like, what was the gorilla's name, Joe?
Which one? The dad? The father?
No, the son.
Johnny.
Johnny.
Yeah.
So I thought Johnny, from the trailers, was going to be our main character.
Yeah.
And I thought this was going to be his arc and his journey through this singing competition. And of course, we had characters we'd come to love. But what I really liked, pleasantly surprised in this movie, it's not a spoiler, don't worry, is the fact that he wasn't that main character. And none of them were. And the way that they did such a good job attaching you to each character, that it was hard for me to pick one that I was rooting for to win the singing competition.
Yeah,
it was like, I got to this point where equally all of them I wanted to win. Even the mouse, when he became a dirty rat, there were parts of his character that were endearing, that, you know, you made you like want to see him do well. So it was like, it was so interesting. And like you said, that opening arc, the way they just brought you in that opening scene and the way they introduced you to each character, it just felt like right away I latched on to each one. And in their own right, I wanted to see each one take off and win.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with that. And I love the fact that you didn't get just one style of music. You got kind of a pop, you got kind of a rocker, you got a little bit of this. And none of this is a giveaway, right? None of this is a giveaway. This is all in the trailers. But the sheer variety of music is hinted at in the trailer, but when they do the audition sequence, which you know has to happen in a movie like this, that audition sequence just blows your mind.
I had tears literally down my face. I was laughing so much in that audition scene. It reminded me of those days I used to, you know, watch American Idol and all those things. It just reminded me of that. I was like, this is so great.
Yeah, and it was, even though it was a montage, which again, not giving much away there, you kind of have to do a montage when you're trying to do an audition sequence. Even though it was a montage, it felt like you were getting. It felt like the highlights that you get when you watch one of those shows.
Yeah,
right?
it does.
It had that feel to this is one of those shows. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, fun stuff like that.
Yeah. And like you were saying about the story arc, you're going to go into this movie and you're going to recognize the story. You've seen it in Zootopia. You've seen it in, well, more than just Zootopia. Every movie made has a dark night of the soul. It's got your hero. It's got the journey. It's got the, oh no, things are going bad. And then the triumphant moments.
Yeah, and some of the stories are going to feel familiar. One of the stories to me feels a little bit like How to Train Your Dragon. One of the stories does feel like Zootopia.
Yep.
One of the story arcs, I can't put my finger on it yet, but all of these story arcs are familiar. They're things that you've seen before. You've seen them done differently. None of them is done in a way that feels like they're just warming over the same story.
No, it's really well done. They
agree,
executed this story so well that I was like in it from the whole way. I mean, through all these hopeful moments, and then when we hit that scene with the Dark Night of the Soul, you know it's an animated movie, and you know things are going to turn out all right just because it's a happy-go-lucky animated movie.
Right.
But seriously, when it hit that Dark Night of the Soul part of the film, I was like, how are they going to bring it back around?
Right. It was really well done.
Yeah.
And I am not ashamed to admit I had actual tears at that moment, and it wasn't from laughing. I had tears from laughing earlier.
Yeah.
And then I had legitimate tears, like they had invested me so much in these characters that when these characters broke, as they have to in a story like this,
Yeah.
you felt that break and you went with them on the journey, and whichever character you empathize with,
Yeah.
you end up invested enough in that character that when they hurt, you hurt, and you're going to end up crying a little
Yeah.
bit. It's a good thing.
Like, for me, it was interesting because I got really invested in Mina, and she's the elephant.
Right.
And she was...
Let's talk about the elephant
Let's
in the
talk
room.
about the elephant in the room. That's awesome. I love it. That actually works here, literally. That's great. But she was such a great character. And I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want to blow things for you about her character, but I just liked her story. I understood where she was, and I really connected with her.
You know, I think that what we're going to end up disagreeing on this, and I think there's a reason for that. And I think the reason is that they gave us so many good characters to play with.
Yes.
So many good characters, and they gave enough story, enough development. They gave you just enough.
Yeah.
So that you are invested in whichever character you empathize with most, and they
Yes.
gave you enough to hook, not enough to make you feel like you walk. I feel like I walked away. Johnny is the one I empathize with most.
Yeah.
Musically, I loved Ash. I
Yes.
thought Ash was fantastic.
She was the porcupine, right? Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah, voiced by Scarlett Johansson. The porcupine was by far my favorite musician in the group because I'm more of a hard rocker, punk rocker.
Yeah.
The soulful piano playing was good.
Yeah.
It's just not my style.
Well, it's funny because I'm not usually into that kind of music.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, I just really liked his voice in this movie.
The voices are all phenomenal, and if any of the actors did their own singing in this, kudos to those actors.
I'm pretty sure that was Scarlett Johansson.
It sounded a lot
Yes,
like
if
her,
it wasn't, it was a voice lookalike. I
Yeah,
mean,
it was-
or sound-alike.
Really,
Sound-alike? Sound-alike.
it was a voice
yeah.
double.
Voice double.
So yeah, it was a fantastic piece of animation.
I was about to ask you about negatives, but I'm trying to rack my brain. I just had so much fun with the movie that, yeah, I'm sure there's some there, and maybe
Yeah.
later as my brain processes it, I can bring them out.
Yeah, and maybe on a second or a third viewing, and that's the thing. I feel like I could walk right back into that
Yes.
theater.
I do
watch
too.
this movie all
I
over
do too.
again.
If I walked in right now to watch it again, I could watch it again.
Yeah, I feel like I would have the same emotional highs, the same
Yeah.
emotional lows. I feel like some of the things wouldn't hit as hard because I would know they were coming.
It's
but
true.
At the same time, I feel like there were some things that were dulled because they followed on the heels of something I didn't expect. And
Yeah.
so knowing that this one thing is coming, I feel like I might actually get a harder
Yeah.
hit from some of the things that didn't hit as hard the first time. I really wonder if I might find myself empathizing with Rosita the second time
Yeah.
through. Or if maybe I would
That's
start
true.
to empathize
Yeah.
with Mina the
I
second
didn't
time
think
through.
about that, but on a second time through, there might be another character I latch onto, which would be
because
really cool.
First time is going to be. I feel that the first time is my strongest, my strongest empathy.
Yeah.
And the second time is whatever is second. And
Yeah.
Every repeated viewing, it might just be where you're at.
Yeah, that is true. Which is why I'm going to give this movie an A. So A+ to a B+ for me. That's something I want to see again. It's something that I had a lot of fun with, and it's something I'm going to own on Blu-ray. And I will own this on Blu-ray. And if I get the chance to see this again when it hits theaters, I'm taking that chance.
Yeah, I'm there too.
Yeah.
So I am also going to give this movie an A. I really kind of angsted over the A or the B. How good is it really? But
Yeah.
realistically, I could watch this movie
Well,
again
it's hard
and again
because
and
when you're
again.
reviewing it and you're looking to criticize, I mean, criticize doesn't always mean negative.
You're
but
looking to critique.
Critique,
You want to
thank you.
give
But when you're critiquing, you want to be fair. You want to try to give both sides of the coin, and
Yeah.
it's hard when you walk out of it and you're like, I can't really critique that. I had so much fun. It was just a good journey.
Yeah, it did everything a good movie should do. It made me laugh at the right moments. It made me cry at the right moments. It made me sit there and hold my breath a couple of times. Like, how is this going to work?
Yes.
It's
an animated movie, so let's be honest. You know it's going to work. The question is, how are they going to make it work in this one? It was really good the way they did that.
Right, and it really does have this kind of. It's a very, very strong movie. Like Chris said at the beginning, this year, hands down,
Animation took
the
it.
animation studios knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
If you're an animation person and you're watching this, well done.
Yeah.
Just well done.
Yeah.
This is easily the year of the animated movie.
It really is. Well, we got a chance to see this movie early, and we were really excited to see it. When you get a chance to see this movie, in the comments, let us know what you thought. What's the letter grade you'd give it? Right now on the comments, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being really excited, how excited are you to see this movie? Let us know those things in the comments. I'm Durbin.
I'm Daniel.
Thank you so much for checking out Durbania.